welcome back. Today, I want to have a conversation with you about letting go. But not the kind of letting go that we hear all around. The kind of letting it all go. Over the last few weeks, I have been walking through holy fire. And I know the fire quite well. I know walking through fire. I know how to destroy that which no longer belongs to me. I know how it feels like. But the last few weeks have felt very, very differently. And wherever you are on your journey right now, if you are maybe walking yourself through holy fire, it seems like it is a very potent time right now where a lot is actually being destructed for the new, the truth, a greater truth to come through. So wherever you are right now on your journey, if that is the case, that you're walking through fire yourself, that you're walking through a fire you never experienced before, or you're just walking through sacredness, I'm inviting you to just move in truth and to connect deeper with yourself and that guidance within you. I was guided to let it all go. The body of work that I've built over the last few years, I was guided to let it all go. And it didn't make sense, and I really wanted to hold on tightly, but the way I was executing that body of work did not have the impact it was meant to have. And at the same time, it did not fill me up the way it was meant to fill me up. So I received that guidance to just let it all go, and I did not move. Until I finally moved. And what happened was emptiness, nothingness. And I realized how much I defined myself through that work. And I got a little bit too lost in something that actually did not truly matter. How to make it work. And that is something that I have been noticing, that we get too caught up in how to make it work, a way we know it is meant to work. We're too much in our mind. We're too much operating from what it is that we're doing. That is never enough. And that's exactly what happened here. I was trying to build something from the foundation of not enough. And I missed out on the intention of it all, the mission that I've been given. And when we have been given something greater than us, something that is truly ours, we can't get it done by ourselves. And we neither can't work it with logic. But that's what happens often. We are connected to something higher, to something greater within us and all around us. But at the same time, logic is still on the main seat, thinking the way through, tricking ourselves that it's actually coming from deep within, while it is not. So sometimes that letting go does not mean to let it all go forever. Sometimes that letting go means you just loosening that which you held on way too tightly. To just open up again, to remember what it truly is about. And it doesn't matter what it actually is in your life. It might be your business, it might be your work, it might be your partnership, it might be your family, it might be friendship, it might be your lifestyle. But very often we're just holding on too tightly, trying to figure it all out by ourselves, trying to fix and do and control and manipulate. But it is not working. And there might come a moment where you got it to just let it all go. For you to recognize what is truly yours and what isn't. For you to actually redefine yourself and that very thing. It might be your business, it might be your relationship, it might be your partnership, it might be the way you're showing up. And certain parts are meant to just go, whereas other parts are meant to stay. But no longer from a perspective that it has to be this way. From a perspective of knowing that that is truly yours. And that is the experience I'm inviting you on. To just loosen the grip. And really deepen into your body. Deepen into your heart. Deepen into your truth. And sometimes we're so obsessed with something because we know it is meant to be ours, that it's the hardest thing to actually letting it go. Because we think letting it all go means letting it all go forever. But that letting it all go might just be an opening back into truth, because it was not meant to be experienced this way. What is meant to be yours is meant to be experienced with ease, effortless. There is effort involved, but there is no struggle. There is no proving, no controlling, no manipulating involved in that. It is effortless. There is ease. But at times our entire system is just so used to the struggle, the hardship, that that's all we know, without even recognizing it. And that's exactly what we're doing right now. Just feeding that old pattern of what actually is not meant to be true. And that might be the reason why things are just not moving the way they're supposed to move. Because you're operating too much from those old patterns of working hard for it, of controlling it, of being the one who has to do it all by herself. While that very thing that you've been given to experience is actually not about that. It's not about proving, it's not about working harder for it. It's actually about crashing that illusion once and for all. That's not the way. That the way is to move back in your heart and to remember that which you know. Even though your body and your mind and the old stories and your environment are trying to prove you differently. And this is the part where you're crushing the lie that it has to be hard. Where you're giving yourself the permission for ease and for flow. And sometimes we're getting to a point where it's just erupting, where everything is just coming out, falling apart, because we simply did not listen all along. And that is okay as well. So wherever you are on your journey, I'm inviting you to just fall in love with what is. And if you're guided to let go, whatever it is to let go of, to just dare to be in the nothingness. And the nothingness is the scariest place for us to actually be in. Because we no longer can control or manipulate or overdo or overproof. We just have to trust fully in a way we haven't dared to trust before. Free fall while being wide open. For what is truly yours to come through. And at times we're so caught up with what we think is our truth that it's just not working. Not because it is not meant to work, just because we're actually gripping on too tightly. Not because it is not ours, we know exactly that it is ours, but we're still operating from these old patterns, from a system that is outdated. While you've been given that mission that is actually meant to be operated on a different kind of frequency. And the different kind of frequency requires you to let go. Let go of doing it by yourself. Letting go of working hard for it. Letting go of proving, of controlling, of manipulating. Letting go. And sometimes we're asked to letting it all go. Not forever. But to recognize, to remember what it all was about. What it actually all is about. And what is truly ours. For it then to redefine us, where it's no longer about working hard for it with so much effort, so much energy, where it just starts to shift by itself. And that is the experience I would love you to have. To stop working hard, proving yourself, controlling. And to let your truth work through you. And to let that creative force within you guide you, while letting that creative force all around you support you. Because something that has been given to you is not meant to be done the way you have been doing it until now. That mission you received, that's something that you know you're here to do. You're here to birth through you. Is built very, very differently. The way a baby, a human being is evolving in a mother's womb. There are certain parts that are necessary for us to take care of. And other parts, they just happen magically without us doing anything. And this is the kind of experience I am inviting you on. To let it work through you. Effortless. You're still putting your effort in by being in truth. The same with a mother carrying a baby. She just knows. And that's the kind of truth, the kind of wisdom within I want you to connect with, while letting that creative force do whatever it gets to do. Letting it all go doesn't mean to let it all go forever. It means letting a creative force work through you and let it do its magic while you do your magic, not from performance, but from remembrance of who you are and what you're here to do.